Good afternoon, Surrey Eagles fans. Cole Marton, play-by-play broadcaster for the Surrey Eagles, outside the Scotia Barn in beautiful Burnaby, British Columbia, getting you all set for the Surrey Eagles versus the Powell River Kings inside the Scotia Barn. The Surrey Eagles are 2-2 coming into this afternoon tilt against the Powell River Kings. They are coming off a 5-2 loss on Thursday evening against the Coquitlam Express. While the Powell River Kings, they played the Express on Friday. They are coming off a 5-4 overtime victory to improve to 2-2 as well for their BCHL campaign. It's going to be an interesting one here between these two teams. The last time these two teams played, it was a 5-4 victory in regulation for the Eagles. That one came all the way down to the wire after 3 goals late from Powell River to make it 5-4, but the Eagles were able to hang on and take that victory, and so the Kings are going to be looking for a little bit of revenge of their own this afternoon. Your key players to watch for tonight's game. We will start with the Powell River Kings, and I'm going to go to forward Adamo Santia. The former Surrey Eagle has had an incredible start to his 2021 pod season presented by Shaw. He's got 2 goals and 6 assists in just 4 games played. Look for him to continue to be a huge offensive presence here for Powell River alongside Ben Raymond and Josh Kagan. For the Eagles, it's going to be number 14, Buddy Johnson. He's got 2 goals and an assist so far in 4 games in the pod season. He had the opening goal on Thursday night that gave the Eagles a 1-0 lead, and it was one of the better looks they had in the hockey game. Johnson has really shown an ability to find open space on the ice to get off his lethal shot. He will look to continue to do that and build on his 19-year-old season in the BCHL. Your 3 keys to tonight's game here from the Eagles broadcast. The first key for tonight's game, the Eagles have to get to the dirty areas of the ice. They have been a little too pristine. They've tried to play a little bit too much on the outside, and while they're generating a lot of chances, they haven't gotten the traffic needed to bust through the goaltenders here in this Coquitlam pod. Look for them to do that again this afternoon versus Thomas Wardle. The second key to tonight's game is the power play. The Eagles have to be better with the man advantage. They struggled again against Coquitlam on Thursday. Plain and simple, it has to improve here if the Eagles want to try and make some noise in this Coquitlam pod. Your final key to tonight's game is going to be to make Max Brasma's life easy. He's coming off a bit of an unfortunate start in his first BCHL career start, so look for the Eagles to try to help out their young goaltender, get him into the game early, and help him transition to a win this afternoon. I did an interview with Eagles head coach Cam Keith. That's coming up next. You're watching the Surrey Eagles pregame show live on BCHL TV, powered by Hockey TV, and on Mixler.com/EaglesBCHL.
Cole Marton here with Eagles head coach Cam Keith ahead of today's afternoon affair versus the Powell River Kings. Cam, thank you so much for doing it, and we'll go right into the first couple questions here for you. First question I've got for you. You guys are 2-2 so far in the pod season. You're playing in what would be the quarterway mark of the pod season. How have you liked your team's play so far?
Yeah, we're adjusting to playing games again. It's going to be a process of understanding positional with trying to have the pace that you need to play on a 5-on-5. So it's a process. It's hard to say whether something's good or bad right now because it's hard to compare hockey to, say, a normal season where you would have had summer training going to exhibition, and now we've had 5 months of basically skill training with no 5-on-5. So it's a learning process for the coaching staff and the players as well. We're just trying to take it every game, try to get better.
All right. We'll focus on this game here. Cam, what's your key for this afternoon here against the Powell River Kings?
We need to find our game, which is play with more pace, play with more intensity on pucks, win one-on-one battles. I feel that we've perhaps been a little bit perimeter at times, relying on our skill. The hockey is a funny game. When it really comes down to it, it's who wants it more, and we need to be the team that shows a little more aggression in that way, more puck control, willingness to kind of hold on to pucks to make the right play rather than try to do something that's a low percentage play.
Final question for you, and it's going to be about your starting goaltender tonight. Max Brasma makes his second career BCHL start. He was unfortunate, didn't get the result he wanted in his first start, but when Max Brasma's on his game, talk to us about what he looks like.
He's big, obviously kid that has pro potential. the way that he moves, the way that he conducts himself. He's a kid that came in this year a little bit green, not really knowing what to expect or how to be prepared for the season. And we're very fortunate to have Paul Fricker here as our goalie coach, and they seem to have a connection. And if you look at Max now to compare him at the beginning of the year, he's a completely different kid. He's in immaculate shape. He's a true pro. He's just going to take him a little bit of time to get adjusted to the junior A game, which, as everyone can probably remember with Tommy Scarfoni when he first came in, it took him time. But when he figured it out, it was an absolute pleasure. And Max Prasma falls into that same category.
All right, Cam, looking forward to watching Prasma and your team this afternoon as you guys look for your third win of the pod versus Powell River.
Thanks, Cole.